is Tiffany, your Texas beauty coach. I'm going to be showing you how I apply my blush. I want to start this by saying there is no such thing as blush blindness. I'm a giant, huge fan of blush. There is a way to not do it, and that's what we're gonna go through today. I have 3 blushes here today and a highlighter. I'm gonna show you how I apply all of them and why, and I'm also gonna show you how I would just apply the one. There is one that I mostly use, and she is pink. She's called Rose Exposed. She's a beautiful blush that goes with a lot of what I wear, and this packaging does not do her justice, okay? But we're gonna go through it. I'm gonna show you how I use them and what their purposes are. When I do makeup, everything for me to be flawless or appear flawless to you, I need my makeup to be seamless. Seamless to me means there's a gradient from the contour to the nose, from the brow bone to the eyelid. Everything is just smoothly flowing into each other. So with that said, we're gonna start off with my favorite, Miss Rose Exposed by Estee Lauder. Got my little handy dandy blush brush, and I'm gonna turn my face this way so you can see the flow in which I'm putting things. Okay, so I have contoured my face. We're all familiar with the C. I didn't do the C because I don't believe in the C, but we're all familiar with the C, okay? So with that said, I'm gonna take a little bit of Rose Exposed. I'm going to acknowledge where the hollows of my cheeks are, which is where I contoured. I'm gonna put the pointy side of the brush right within the contour of my cheek, and I'm going to brush Rose Exposed up into my face. And while I'm brushing her up into my face, I'm also mixing her with the bronzer that I've applied. That's contouring my face, okay? So that seamlessness stays, okay? There's that gradient that I need so that flawlessness is giving, okay? So right here is not a gradient enough for me. I'm gonna go in with whatever's left over in the brush, and I'm just gonna push her further up into my face. With that said, I'm going to keep the blush high on my cheek. I'm not putting it down here. If you see blush fall down here, it's because of whatever the brush did while I was guiding it. And that's the flow of things. This is a perfect mistake, if you will, okay? So now we have a beautiful gradient going on. Everything's full here. It's thinning, it's thinning, it's thin. Now we're in concealer. That's what we want. Okay. Now, this blush is Heat Index by MAC. One of the prettiest blushes that I have ever touched. This is a cream to powder blush, okay? I'm gonna show you how, see how it simply just powders out? And easily blendable, okay? Now, I have a lot of MAC products, not MAC, matte, M-A-T-T-E products on my face, okay? This, by MAC, this blush, brings back life, meaning the illusion of radiance is brought back to my face when I use this blush, okay? Now, let's touch on the color of the blush. This blush is very, very on the verge of being neon. It's not so much neon when I apply it to my skin, but it's on the verge, meaning it's bright. It's something that the eye of your audience will look at first. So with this blush, what I do is I make sure I keep it up here on my face, okay? Because when I do my makeup, I'm not wanting to look like everything's not lifted. The only reason to do my makeup is so that the illusion is I'm giving 10 years younger, right? Or 5 years younger, or just beauty, okay? So with that said, beauty, everything's lifted, everything's a perfect illusion, everything's just flawless. So I'm going to keep this blush high on my cheek, okay? And you see how that blends? And just lightly blending it together. We're not bringing it into the concealer. We're just keeping it right here, high on the cheek. Now, so far, what we have done was created a beautiful gradient from our bronzer to the blush that we use first to our next blush, which is giving a lifted illusion on our face, okay? This neon-esque blush, it's making our cheek appear A, fuller, B, higher, and C, we're giving the perfect blush pout. Here, we could stop, but for the sake of the video, I want to show you everything that I do photo shoot. We're going into blush number 3. This blush is by Dior. Dior blushes go really pigmented or not pigmented. This has a little bit of pigment, okay? But the best thing about this is that it has a little bit of sheen to it, okay? So I like to use this blush to melt together the other blushes that I've applied. Also, I like to put her right in here just to give an illusion I've done more with my eyeshadow. Just melts everything together. And when I tell you I am staying high on the cheek, this is the key to blush, staying high on the cheek. 3 sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. It's just placement. Placement in makeup is the key to everything. Placement. I'm gonna dust this off and do a little quick tutorial of what we just talked about. Rose exposed. Going in with Heat Index. And finally, we're gonna melt everything together with a little Dior highlight. This highlight by Anastasia Beverly Hills has a serum in it, and I love it for that because when I want to apply it, it attaches and melts into the powder that I've applied on my face. So beautifully. I like to put it right high on the cheek and just subtly melt it in to the blush and a little bit on the brow. Everything is an illusion. We are super lifted. When we go out in the sun, it's just gonna be sun kiss, blush, eyes, and then lips. The whole face. What did Glorilla say? Face, yes, this is how you get the face she's talking about, okay? It's the 3 blush situation, but it's not what you think. It's just placement. This is my 3-step blush tutorial, okay? This is what I do when I apply my 3 blushes. This is how you get them all to melt together. This combination of powder blush that goes into your contour, cream blush that adds a skin-like illusion to your face, and then the radiant blush that just helps everything flow together. It gives just the most beautiful gradient on your face. There's no such thing as blush blindness. I thank you for watching my blush video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and share. I greatly appreciate it, and I want to thank you so much. Hopefully see you next time. Bye. Bye.